Okay, I just filmed this like entire video and then my camera ran out of memory and I don't have an editing program, so I just had to record the whole thing again. Yeah, my bookshelf's already in shambles and I don't have the time to put it back together and pretend like I haven't found all these books already, so I'll just read off the questions and what books I already found. Okay, so the first question is, this is the book scavenger hunt. I'm doing this because I just found the book reader review side of YouTube the other day that I didn't even know existed, and it's great. So, find an author's name with the letter Z in it. Every single time I read this, I want to say Z. It's not Z, it's Z, because I live in Canada. And that is It's Kind of a Funny Story by Ned Vizzini. I don't know if that's how you say his name, but it's got 2 Z's. Overachieving my life. I don't know where I'm going to put this. On the ground. Okay, second question. Find a classic. And I only have one, and it's not in its weird cardboard case, but it's The Great Gatsby. I read it for school, but I bought it because my school was like, we're not going to provide you guys with books. Buy your own books or take from the library. My dad was like, I want to read it, so we'll buy it. And he never gave it back, so I just have this empty case in my bedroom. Find a book with a key on it. I couldn't find one. Sorry. Find something on your bookshelf that's not a book. I'll show you that. This is part of a Harry Potter Lego set. A Quidditch set. This is a stand. I don't even know is there a term for this stand? I don't know. But I got the Quidditch rings too, so that's on my shelf. Why not? Find a book with a girl on the cover. This one, what did I choose for this? I don't even know. All of the Pretty Little Liars books have a Barbie face on the front. What else has a girl on it? I don't know. Oh, Better Off Famous. This book has a girl on the front. I read this book 3 times accidentally. Oops. Did I skip a question? Yep. But anyways, this book has a girl on the front. It's got 2 girls on the front. Bam! And the question I skipped is the oldest book on your shelf. I don't have a lot of, my books are not that old because I'm not that old. I'm only 17. And most of these I've read in the past, 3 years, so give or take a bit. But the oldest looking book is On the Bright Side, I'm Not the Girlfriend of a Sex God. Because I lent it to my older sister, and she put it in her purse, and a water bottle leaked all through her purse. And now my book looks like it got dropped in the bathtub or something. Pissed. Find a book that has an animal in it. There's an animal on the cover. Oh my gosh, where is it? There's an animal on the cover of a book that I have. Withering Tights has an owl on the cover. And what am I looking for? Oh yeah. The Choice by Nicholas Sparks has a dog on the cover, and it's also about 2 people that fall in love and they live next door to each other, and they both have dogs and they both love their dogs so much. So that's an animal, right? It still has the Telly's sticker on the back. Meh. Find a book with a male protagonist. This one, The Astonishing Adventures of Fanboy and Goth Girl. I haven't read this in a while, but the main character is a guy, and he's not the villain. It's not told from a villain's point of view. But yeah, I remember this being a good book. I haven't read it. I read it a long time ago. But find a book with only words on it. The closest I could find for this was either Perks of Being a Wallflower, which just has a tiny picture of Charlie's legs in the top, and I've seen someone choose this already, so I was kind of, am I cheating? Maybe. And another one would be, another one where I'm kind of cheating. This one, does that count as a picture? I don't know, mostly just looks like colors, so I don't know if that counts. Maybe not. Find a book with illustrations in it. For this one, I found Sucks to Be Me by, oh my god, Kimberly, I don't even know how to pronounce her last name, but it's got like tiny illustrations, like this little tiny face, and these look handwritten, so does that count as an illustration? I don't know. One that I read with like legitimate illustrations, recently I read Matilda from a writer's craft class, and that had illustrations, but it's fine. I gave it back to my sister, so I don't have it. Find a book with gold lettering. I had to look really hard for this, but I did find Nicholas Sparks' Knights and Rodanthe. I don't know how to say that. It's like not really gold, it's more like brassy copper, but it's like the closest thing I could find. Unless well, I can't really reach the rest of my Nicholas Sparks books. I don't know. You guys probably can't even see. But they get their own shelf because there's so many of them. They get their own shelf. They didn't fit. I don't have any more shelves to put them on, so they are way up there. So, I can't really reach them. So, in other news, if you can't tell, because you probably can't, I organize my books by color because I think that looks the most interesting. I don't know. Find a diary, true or fictional. For this one, I have Confessions of Georgia Nicholson. I already showed you one of these books, but this is the very first one, Angus Thongs and Full Frontal Snogging. This is a series of 10 books written in the point of view of Georgia Nicholson in the style of a diary with the date and the time and the month. The chapters are usually a new month. So, that's a diary. It's supposedly loosely based off of the author's real-life experiences. I don't know how legitimate that is. Find a book written by someone with a common name. For this one, I kind of cheated because it's just the last name, I guess. Is Smith a first name? I don't know, but I chose John because John seems like a common first name. This is John Corey Wales, Where Things Come Back. This book has a huge plot twist, which I guess I should have seen coming. My mom read it right after I did, and she was like, yeah, I saw that coming, but I did not see that coming. So, if you're in for an interesting plot twist that you might not suspect, I'd read this. I keep waving my books around, you probably can't even see them. Another one, I have John Green books, and he has, like, John's a common name. Find a book that has a close-up of something on it. For this one, I've got Oh My Goth, which is a close-up of the girl's hip and hand. The Pretty Little Liars, they come in like groups of 4, so this group of 4 had a close-up of the Barbie's face on it. That's a close-up. They're just on the ground now. It's just happening. Find a book on your shelf that takes place in the earliest time period. I'm pretty sure it's The Great Gatsby because I don't have a lot of books that are like from the olden days. I'm into more like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't have a lot of books that are set in like early time periods. The Great Gatsby's like the early 1900s, like 1925 it says on the back. So I'm not sure. I don't remember when it was actually taking place. Find a hardcover book without a jacket. Usually I don't have any because I like to keep them in their jacket because first of all it looks prettier when they all have this jacket. I have this like spare, not even spare, just like loose jacket because my sister borrowed this book and I wouldn't let her take this because I was afraid she would ruin it. But she's had this book for like 4 months, probably longer. She's had it for a long time. She didn't even ask to borrow it, she just took it to her house. So she hasn't given it back, so I just have this like cover, but I don't know if like there isn't sleeves for these books. I think like there should be. I don't know how there would be. But the first 2 Harry Potter books that I have don't have sleeves. So, and my Harry Potter books are down here by themselves because I didn't have anywhere else to put them because I don't have a lot of shelf space. I guess I could get rid of that stuff, but I don't have anywhere else to put it. So, find a teal or turquoise colored book. I've got a few on the ground. Here's like the most I think this is probably the most true teal color. This is backward. This is Allie's Pretty Little Lies from the Pretty Little Liars series. One thing about this series is I got into it and then it's kind of dragging on forever. I don't know how many books there is now, but there's so many. And I can't, since I started reading it, I can't stop reading it in the middle of the series. So I just keep having to buy all these books when I just really want to know what happens so I can get it over with. I watched the TV show, but this is teal. That's the main point of this whole spiel. Find a book with stars on it. Stars, stars, stars. Oh, it doesn't actually have a drawing? The Fault in Our Stars does not have a drawing of a star on it? What? What am I looking for? I think... Haha! Does this count? It's like... realistic. Those are stars, right? All those little dots? Those count as stars. This is The Lucky One by Nicholas Sparks. I think this is the prettiest cover. There's 14. Also, Nicholas Sparks, can you please stop putting full-size pictures on the back of yourself on the back of your books? I just got a sliver from taking this book off my shelf. But, Nicholas Sparks, what are you doing? I don't need this. And I think, this is the last question, yep. Find a non-YA book or a young adult. Nicholas Sparks books aren't young adult, right? They're in the fiction section, not the teen section. But this is Bill Bryson's In a Sunburned Country. I just finished reading this today. I'm reading it for Writer's Craft for research on a project that I'm doing where I'm writing my own story. This is a travel journal. It's the first kind I've actually read. And the guy travels around Australia and writes about it, and it's nonfiction. Yeah, it's nonfiction. I really enjoyed it. I was laughing out loud in class, and my friend was sitting beside me, and she was like, excuse me, can you stop embarrassing me? Why are you laughing out loud in class? That's embarrassing. But I have another one of his books. I haven't read it yet. It's Notes from a Small Country, something? I don't know what it's called, but I have that one. It's the UK-ish area where he travels. But yeah, that was my book scavenger hunt. I just made a huge mess of my bookshelves. And I hope you enjoyed me kind of knowing what I was choosing for most of the books. I hadn't done the last 5 questions the last time I recorded this because I realized that my camera wasn't even recording. But I've got this huge pile of books on my floor now, and I should probably put them away. So, bye!